Welcome back to another episode of Requesting Good Company. Today we have something a little different, but a lot of special. Today we are doing a pork butt. We are just smoking it. We're trying to give a little lessons and this and that. This is our quick tutorial on how we're going to smoke a pork butt. So first, here we have about a 3 to 4 pound pork butt. We're doing all our prep the day before, getting our mind right early. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your pork butt, pull it out. If it's frozen, de-thaw that mud. We're going to season the night before so all that flavor gets incorporated. So when we get it on the smoker early tomorrow morning, we have all the things we need. We're going to start with the Holy Trinity: salt, pepper, garlic. We don't want to do a lot of salt because it's going to smoke for a long time. And we're going to also add in a barbecue rub. So the first thing you want to do is get your binder together. Whatever's simplest to you. We like to use mustard. We're using spicy brown mustard today. You're going to get that mustard on it. You're going to lather it up generously in all crevices. Then you're going to get that seasoning on it so that it could set inside of the pork butt overnight, and you'll have it all flavorful in the morning for you when it gets to smoking. Great Value, we're not sponsored. If we could get sponsored by Great Value, that'd be lovely. For those people, you want to put it on generously, because all it's going to do is going to burn off. You're not going if you're not a mustard person, you're not going to taste the mustard. It's going to smoke and it's going to get off all that flavor. I'm using gloves. I don't like a bunch of mustard on my hands. Cleanliness is next to godliness. One of the main things you need to do before you do anything is wash your hands. We already did that. You just go lather it in there. Get it on all surfaces. Some people forget that meat's on two-sided. It's heavy. It ain't for the weak. Don't forget that. It ain't for the weak. We're also, some of the things that you should have on standby if you're becoming or starting to smoke meat or it's starting to get important to you. They say, one of the funny things that they've said is when you're 30, you either pick up drinking, working out, or smoking meat. Well, we're smoking today. We'll smoke tomorrow on a new smoker we just bought for Amazon. It's a master build. But some of the things you're going to need your seasonings, you're going to need gloves, you're going to need some kind of butcher wrap paper. I like to wrap mine in the nighttime, and then halfway through the smoke, you'll see tomorrow that we're going to wrap it again. Keep that juices in. You're going to need some kind of spray bottle of some sort. You can pick that up for 99 cents at Walmart. And some kind of liquid that's going to keep your meat juicy. Now that this is full of mustard, remove the thing. Today we're using Honey Hogs barbecue seasoning. Meat Church Honey Hogs. It's good stuff when you're using for barbecue. First we're going to start with that Holy Trinity: salt, pepper, garlic. I'm probably not going to use any salt, actually. I'm pretty sure that this has salt in it. I'm not going to do too much of that. A little pepper. The main flavor that we're going to get is going to be from the smoke and from the seasoning. But also, pork butt is just a juicy meat, so it's going to stay juicy. We're also going to be doing a poor man's biscuit. So when you look inside the smoker, you'll see that as well. It's just a chuck roast that we are cubing up to make like some burnt end situation. The seasoning that we're going to be using for that is a hardcore carnivore black. It's another great seasoning. Any of the meat church barbecues, those are good. Carnivores, those are good. Heath Riles, such as those are amazing barbecues. Like I said, when it comes to putting seasoning on your meat, you want to be clean. If you're like me and you don't like to get it all over your hands, it's very important to keep these like gloves just ready. Another thing I like to use is meat claws when it gets to shredding that mud, but we got hours for that. So with any rub or seasoning, pick something that you like, something that's flavorful for you. For me, this is him. So, and you're gonna want to do it. Generously. You're trying to get it to stay on the meat overnight, soak in pretty much. You see how it's just coating that, and you see a lot of it's falling off. But we ain't wasted nothing. We gonna turn it and burn it, keep it on the same roll. We ain't wasting no seasonings, So yeah, that seasoning just gonna fall off right on that butcher pepper like that. You go pick some of it up, you'll scoop it up like that. But you gotta remember, we're wrapping it in this same butcher paper, so it ain't going nowhere. What you do to one side, like Newton said, for every action, there's a equal reaction situation, whatever he said. But y'all understand. Pretty much do it on both sides. Just get it in there. It's gonna stay on there. It's gonna wrap. You ain't getting no salt in there. There's gonna be no salty mess. This is pure flavor we're getting on this meat. Remember that. Pure flavor. Pat that mud. Then we're gonna wrap them, put them in the fridge overnight. We'll be back in the morning to get them smoke going and get it cracking. It's day 2, our prep has been done, and now it's time to get our smoke going. The earlier the better, because with barbecue it takes time. If you're not one of those people who are good at time management, barbecuing might not be for you. If you're someone that shows up 15 minutes late to work, barbecue might not be good for you, because time is everything, and everything is time. With time, mistakes are shown. So today I got my barbecue pitmaster helper with me, and we're gonna get some smoking done today. We're smoking on the master build. We're smoking on the master build this morning. Me and Sophie now. And for our pork shoulder today, we're using the apple blend, the apple and oak, all natural barbecue smoke pellets from Pit Boss. So we got that going. We got some water rolling. We're gonna put a little ice in there. Ice just makes that smoke a little bit cleaner, from my opinion. Stay tuned. Another tip and an invaluable product that we have when we come to smoking is we have this wireless thermometer. Meat is unforgiving, as I've said before. This is one of those products that just help, and it allows you to go on with your day and not have to watch the meat consistently. You know the internal temperature, you know where you need it to get it, and this is one of the best products that I've had. We got it smoking, it's rolling. It's sitting at about 220. 250, like that lower. Be patient. There's no rush. Let that smoke build. Let's get it cracking and put it on there. We got good clean smoke rolling. We want to let it ride until it gets to internal about 180, 175, 180. Then we're gonna pull it off. We're gonna wrap them, put it with some butter, some more liquid and let it get shreddable. Right now we're just building that bark, we're building that texture, that flavor. The main reason to get that probe is so you don't have to open and check it. We want that smoke to get in there. It's clean smoke, y'all. Let them know, Sophie. Sophie. Let them know. That's clean smoke. But we're letting it smoke. We're letting it roll. Stay tuned for an update. We're about 2.5, 3 hours in. Nice caramelization on that mud. Drippings are falling. Still staying moist. We're spraying it constantly. Getting good char, good flavor. Alright folks, we finally hit that internal temperature around 165. We let this one go a little bit bigger because it's a bigger cut of meat. We got it to 170. Now we put it in the pan. We're going to put some butter, unsalted butter. We don't need all that salt. We're gonna put about 2 cups of apple juice in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to steam this mud. We're going to put it back in the smoker. We're going to wrap it up. And we're going to let that meat just tenderize. We got that nice bark on it. Now what we're going to do now is let it tenderize. And once it's tenderized, then it should pull apart like butter. Process, this is just things we learned over the years smoking pork butts. I like to put my butter in certain locations. Not too much butter because, we want it to be, it's meat. It's not a cake, So we're getting some of that butter. I'm gonna let that mud just sit and incorporate on that flavor. We're also going to put more of that holy smokes in here. We want that to just stay with this meat. We want this meat to be tender. Not a full stick of butter. A full stick of butter might be too much. We're not going to do that. We're going back with our Meat Church honey hogs rub. Just not too much because it's already been seasoned. Just enough to where you still got that flavor. We're going to wrap them and put it back on the smoker. In other news, we got our poor man's brisket going. And you want this to be fully wrapped. You don't want the juices to come out. You don't want it really to evaporate like that. You want it to be sealed pretty good to where you're pretty much steaming the barbecued meat. That's what it really comes down to. You're pretty much steaming it. Pork butt has been my go-to for cookouts, just having the guys over if we're getting ready to watch some games or something. Pork butt, it's a generous meat. It goes a long way. So if you're having multiple people over, you get you an 8-pounder for anywhere between 4 and 8 pounds, and you can feed almost a village, to be honest. So the rest of this is just, it's on the smoker again. We're gonna let that loosen up or tenderize. We're looking for an internal about 205, 220, somewhere in between there. And around that time is where it's just easily shreddable. You'll have a nice smoke ring and it'll be shreddable and easy to put on either buns, tacos, whatever you want to do. What we're going to do is we're going to make a nice coleslaw, something refreshing for the summer, something that you can put in your recipe for continuous use. And we're going to put it on a bun with some coleslaw. It's going to be good. Once again, for the people, I got poor man's brisket in there. I got that pork rolling. You see we're smoking. good day to smoke some meat. Just a good all around day. We're gonna let this ride. We're gonna let this smoke. We're gonna leave it alone. We'll be back to wrap up brisket eventually, Lord willing. And then we'll have some tender meat. So you must smell that barbecue. You out here rushing to get to the smoker. Still smoking. Let's see how we're looking. Oh yeah, that brisket looking nice. We're still wrapped up. Stay tight. Be patient. Literally the easiest side that you can make is coleslaw. Duke's just came out with this spicy coleslaw dressings joint. I shop at the local Kroger, so I got the tricolor coleslaw. It's pretty easy. You just put it in the bowl, mix it, and then you got it. Sophie sounds so excited for it. There's also, I like to have some spicier, sweeter, spicy pickles on the side. And it helps with all the flavors of the meat. All these sides are sidekicks to the meat. The meat is the star of the show. Never forget. That is why we are doing a barbecue podcast. We got the product that we have been waiting so far on. It's juicy, it's tender. To show you how tender, just watch that pull apart. Shreds like butter. Look at that. Look at that. Shreds like butter. Now with this, you want to shred it, keep it wrapped. Let those juices that have came out of it incorporate back into your meat. And then your finished product, put it on a bun, put it on taco, whatever. As always, we're always requesting good company. If you are interested in this barbecue recipe, you can hit me up. After using your meat claws, you come up with stuff like this, man. So tender, so juicy. It's good. No sauce needed. Remember, good barbecue don't need no sauce. Sauce is extra.